The second FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine arrives here in Spokane. We'll break down how it's being put to use in our region.
As we close in on Christmas Day, it looks like there might be a chance for a white Christmas in the inland Northwest as I'm tracking how much snow will fall heading into the weekend.
No one's going to let us have 70 people in our auditorium until it's actually safe to do so, nor do we want to.
The curtains have remained closed for arts organizations in our area. We caught up with a local theater group to see how they're managing and how the stimulus package may offer the lifeline they need. High fives all around there. The second FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine has arrived in Spokane. We'll break down how it's being put to use in our region in just a bit. And good evening, everyone. I'm Regina Ahn. Thanks for being here tonight. Spokane has received its first shipment of the Moderna vaccine, and that is the second vaccine that received emergency authorization from the FDA for the fight against COVID. So here's what we know right now. In Washington State allocated 15,800 doses of Moderna's vaccine to Spokane Valley. This afternoon, Multicare confirmed it has received its first shipment of the Moderna vaccine, and vaccinations have started today for staff at Rockwood Clinic, Valley, and Deaconess hospitals. In addition to making the vaccine available to its most high-risk healthcare staff, Multicare says it's also holding 20% of its allocation for local first responders and other high-risk healthcare workers. Here's what a doctor working at Multicare's Rockwood Clinic had to say about receiving the first shipment.
We're excited for our staff and for our high-risk community members, and think it's one of the greatest Christmas presents we could get.
And Multicare will expand its distribution as more vaccines are received. The company hopes to vaccinate all of the frontline workers by early 2021. Well, for most of us, we probably won't get a dose of the vaccine until at least spring. The government says the general population can likely begin getting the shots in March. Officials say they have purchased enough doses to vaccinate every American by the end of June. In the meantime, for the latest vaccine update so that you can stay up to speed, just text the word vaccine to that number on your screen. In Spokane, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 381 new cases. That brings the total number of cases to over 24,000 since the pandemic began. 3 new deaths have also been reported. Currently, 67 people are in the hospital. In the meantime, the Panhandle Health District reporting 205 new coronavirus cases today, and that brings the total number of cases to just over 15,000. 4 new deaths have been reported there. Now to some breaking news. Governor Inslee is extending the eviction moratorium to March 31st of 2021. The current eviction moratorium was set to expire on December 31st. Today in a release, he said that COVID-19 has had a significant financial impact on Washingtonians over the last 9 months. I know this moratorium has been critical for many families and individuals as they cope with the impacts of this virus. Additional details and a full announcement will come next week. All right, turning to weather now. Hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas Eve. But there may be also a chance of snow on the way, so some good news there. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining us now from the Outdoor Weather Center. So Thomas, is it pretty chilly out there?
Yeah, starting to get a little bit chilly. And in fact, this night is going to be one of the coldest nights we experienced in a while, simply because there's no clouds out there. And it's kind of weird to say because it's been so nice to get rid of the cloud cover, to see the sunshine, see the stars. The moon is actually directly behind our set here, but it's going to make for a pretty chilly night overall. Temperatures down into the teens by early tomorrow morning. That'll be one of the coldest nights we've experienced in quite some time. As we look at the nationwide map, Minneapolis got a lot of snow today, so they'll definitely see a white Christmas. It's quiet for the western U.S. for now, but our next weather systems are progressive and they're moving in from the North Pacific, so that starts to move into the Pacific Northwest around Christmas Day. So could we still see a white Christmas? The answer is yes. There is snow in our computer models and the timestamp is still Christmas Day, but it might be very late in the day overall. So coming up, I'm going to time out this particular weather system, show you how much snow is in the works, and more importantly, when it starts and if it will be before the midnight hour by the time Christmas is finished.
In a surprise move, President Trump is now demanding lawmakers revise the $900 billion COVID relief package that passed this week. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tweeted, "At last, the president has agreed to $2,000. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor." But in order to do that, during Thursday's pro forma session, Pelosi would need the cooperation of House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy.
Most working Americans don't need a check right now. It's a really foolish, egg-headed, left-wing socialist idea to pass out free money to people.
Now, without the provisions in that bill, millions of Americans will lose their federal unemployment benefits the day after Christmas. While risking a delay in that critical aid, President Trump offered the gift of pardons and commutations to 49 people, including 2 men convicted in the Mueller-Russia investigation. And new tonight, of those pardons are campaign chief Paul Manafort and Jared Kushner's father. More pardons are expected before the president leaves office. In another move by the president again, President Trump has vetoed the defense budget bill. The $740 billion Pentagon policy bill will now need to go back to Congress. The veto could be overridden with enough votes. The bill would have included pay raises for troops, among other things. In his veto message to Congress, the president said the NDAA didn't address national security measures and that it failed to change liability rules for social media companies.
Early next year, I will put forward before the Congress our plan as to what comes next. But I assure you it includes funding to keep educators on the job.
Today, President-elect Joe Biden emphasizing his plans to reopen schools while introducing his Education Secretary nominee Miguel Cardona. The former public school teacher and principal currently serves as Connecticut's Education Commissioner. Well, there is a claim getting a lot of attention online that the relief bill provides stimulus payments for undocumented immigrants. Our Verified team is digging into that coming up next. But before we go to break here tonight, take a look at these Christmas lights photos. And the Inland Northwest sure knows how to get festive this year. If you want to show off your extravagant Christmas light displays, just send them our way. It's very easy. All you have to do is download the KREM mobile app, submit your photos or your videos through the Near Me section of the app. We'll be right back.